Good evening, this is Eswatini TV News at 8, read to you by myself, Natile Sitole, alongside Zamanzi Manze. First up, let's have a look at our top stories. The Deputy Prime Minister says his ministry will continue to uphold the rights of women and children in the country. The Elections and Boundaries Commission has added the voter service portal on their website for the ease of self-verification. The Minister of Sports, Harris Bulunga, encourages football spectators to vaccinate for COVID-19, which will allow them back into stadiums for the upcoming season. And now the news in detail. The Deputy Prime Minister Themba Masuku says his portfolio will continue to uphold and safeguard the rights of women and children, and this is one of many reasons why he physically attended the United Nations Summit last week instead of participating virtually. The DPM said this when officially opening a Women's Parliamentary Caucus familiarization and sensitization workshop on 3 bills which are yet to be tabled in Parliament.
The 3 bills which members of the Women's Parliamentary Caucus are being sensitized on include the Marriage Bill, the Matrimonial Properties Bill, and the Civil Registration Bill. Deputy Prime Minister Themba Masuku says all 3 pieces of legislation are crucial as they will play a part in the preservation of girls' and women's rights. The Deputy Prime Minister says one of the many sessions he attended at the United Nations last week was on the Convention of the Rights of the Child. He says in all the sessions which he attended with officials in his portfolio, tough questions were asked, especially about the progress of these 3 pieces of legislation. He says where women and children's issues are concerned, he doesn't delegate, but prefers to personally see to it that every policy, program and statute upholds their interests.
We give children a priority. This is why we do so much. Futhi nakusetshenziswa abadabomake nebantwana. Le ingwenyama yathi atiyofakwa ka DPM. Kusukuma yena DPM aka delegate.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Polile Shakantu, says her ministry is working around the clock to ensure that these 3 bills are harmonized with the Constitution and other laws.
The reason why we decided to take this approach as the Ministry of Justice and the Ministry of Home Affairs is that we once tabled the marriages bill, but when we went through the consultation process in Parliament, there were so many questions and the answers to those questions were in the other bills. So we decided to withdraw the marriages bill.
The Women's Parliamentary Caucus session was made possible through funding from UNDP and civil society organizations like Women in Law Southern Africa, Eswatini chapter. For Eswatini TV News, Hlengiwe Ndlovu with Mbonga Dube in Babane.
The Elections and Boundaries Commission has added the voter service portal on their website to make it easier for Maswati, especially those outside the kingdom, to self-verify their voter status. According to Eric Gunene, the Information and Technology Officer at the Commission, they always upgrade their website to make elections information easily accessible and readily available to Maswati.
The Elections and Boundaries Commission has added a voter service portal on their website. This has been said by the Information and Technology Officer, Eric Gunene.
In fact, the voter service portal is a new enhancement on our system. So we saw it necessary that if we can have the portal for those people who are outside the country to be able to verify their voting details using our website. Instead of physically coming, you just open the website, it's elections.org.sz. So you will find a tab on the website which says Voter Service Portal. When you click that tab, it will direct you to another tab that says Verify Voter Verification, and then it will require you to enter your national PIN number. and then it has got checked. Then you check, then the results are instantly populated for you.
Kunene says as the 2023 elections approach, they are looking for ways to improve their election management system, which was launched in 2018.
For every election, upcoming election, we normally do a system review where we have to assess the current system and then plan for the next election. So currently the commission is engaging into the process whereby we are beginning a review process in preparation for 2023.
Kunene says the commission continues to improve their system for accurate elections every time, as has been the case. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, Nelson Ndlangamandla with Mbongwa Dube Lobamba.
The National Commissioner of Police, William Dlamini, has donated a house worth approximately 120,000 emalangeni to Monica Sithole of Sitsageni in the Manzini region. Speaking during the handover, the police commissioner said the elderly's welfare should be made a priority.
Handing over the house to Monica Sithole of Sitsageni in the Manzini region, the National Commissioner of Police, William Dlamini, said the elderly woman was identified by police officers while doing their daily duties in the year 2018. He says the project was a brainchild of the International Police Association Eswatini branch and the Christian Police Association. The Commissioner further says the police at the headquarters made major monetary contributions to the value of 120,000 malangeni for the construction of the house after seeing Sithole's plight.
Leli phupho lokwakhela gogo Sithole labikwa ngemaphoyisa ebehamba kulendzawo nga2018 enda umsebenzi wawo efika la ekhaya athi ha la akube khona sikwendako abese ayabika ayahlangana lapha ke bakhaza ukuthi gogo ngaleso sikhathi ebehlana nemtukulu kunenhlangano lamaphoyiseni yakamhlawa International Police Association inhlangano yemhlaba yemaphoyisa abese ahlangana nalenye futhi leqhubate ngihole emaphoyiseni.
The beneficiary, Monica Sithole, expresses gratitude to the police for the generous donation. She says she does not have words to express her joy for being built the house.
Nami kusukela lamhla sengingogo lolala endlini longalali phansi isihlahla. Ngiyambonga wekunena ukuthi uNkulunkulu ambusise kulabangendele kona.
Louis Dos donated furniture valued at 30,000 emalangeni. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, Nelson Ndlangamandla, visuals from the Police Communications Office.
Learners from Manzini Central High School urge other learners from different schools around the country to take the vaccine after doing so last week Friday. The learners say they have not had severe side effects from the vaccine and have not missed a day in school since taking it.
Last week, the Ministry of Health launched a campaign to vaccinate learners above the age of 18, with Manzini Central High School learners being the first to vaccinate. Learners who took the vaccine at the school urge others to do so. They say vaccinating not only helps a person not to get too sick from COVID-19, but also protects those around them. They further say learners should get COVID-19 information from credible sources since there is a lot of myths regarding the vaccine.
Ngasho ukuthi nje umjovo we-COVID-19 awusiyo ingoti ukhonela kusita thina ukuthi sikhone kulwa naleli gciwane.
Mina ngisengujovele ngifunda science so bengithi nje ngito experimenta ngami nangabe vele kufika kasho ukuthi nami bengidoku nangu ngijovile angafi instead ngiyaphila nje ngumcemane.
Ngicabanga ukuthi kumcoka kakhulu ngoba asiphili sofa sibantwana suke emakhaya lamakhaya suka khona kunebatali labanye bagula ngetifo ezahlukahlukene so ke mase ngiya ekhaya mina ngiphethele ligciwane mhlambe ngelingilimade mina kodwa sekendela lo mtalo lekhaya.
The principal at the school, Kelly Gininza, says after the learners took the vaccine, as a school, they made a follow-up to find out if they are having bad reactions to it, and were happy to learn that only a few presented mild side effects, which later subsided.
So sibabonile ke bantwana bethu bajova those that were 18 years and above last week babe nalo ke lisasasa lekujova kwaba kahle walonjwa lo mjovo, and then sase siyaba observe to make a follow up ngekuthi phela sive ukuthi kune mamits la khona, but isikhanze ukuthi labantu abethu bonke bakahle. There were only a few nje lokhanze ukuthi banalawo ma few side effects lebebavele basitshele ngawo.
The Ministry of Health continues to vaccinate Eswatini. Currently, over 193,000 people have vaccinated in the country. Reporting for Eswatini TV, Nelson Ndlangamandla with Vuminkosi Nzinisa Manzini.
Njanini High School has appeared before the Public Accounts Committee to answer about over 71,000 emalangeni which has been paid to individuals. Government does not promote paying money to individuals, but emphasizes on that schools and other public institutions should do business with registered companies. The PAC paid particular focus on over 23,000 emalangeni that was paid to an individual who maintained the school's water pump.
One of government's tools for checks and balances is the Office of the Auditor General, which has the duty to look into how public funds have been spent. The AG has found that 17 individuals have been paid over 17,000 emalangeni in a space of about 9 months by Njanini High School. This did not sit well with the Public Accounts Committee, which interrogated the issue, in particular the paying of over 23,000 emalangeni to one individual to maintain a water pump.
Sebenza imali engaka ize iyofika ngathi ihlangana 19,000 angaqamba imama.
If lo msebenzi lona unika inkampani, if le pump seyifa within the given time, utokulungisela lo muntu mahala. Manje la sibona nenikhithita leti imali ninika nje umuntu. Lo tena le trade kutena la kusitshela khona ukuthi unale lwati ngoba na ubuka le pambu ifaka nyalo ifenyala so uthole nje indzawo lapha atawudla khona imali.
We understand ukuthi emaphampu ayasha especially abekuduma abadulu, but la nithatha umuntu nje lothambela konini uyadlanza uyabona imali chaphakile ajekise ngabo ukuhamba hambe 2 days aphinda buyakhoma 4,000, but ingasibahlonishwa la singakhona vele kufuna ukuthi sihambe siyotibonela. I think inale information ama document abasho, but asijengisa ukuthi bathenge into lengaka kwangesiye payment bese bafakele nje ile account.
School head teacher Clemens Melane, with the assistance of his predecessor, responded to the committee.
Ngenxa yesimo sekubade kwemanti kule ndzawo kwadrilwa base geology kwatholakala ukuthi kude emanti sekudriliwe nase kubuya lo motor tofaka le pump wasikude emanti nakwenziwa le pump testing wase uthi ioption lekhona la ukuthi le pump ifakwe emfuleni. So the pump lesikhuluma ngayo che isemfuleni, so that being the case nalina kakhulu lidolo lesihlabathi lesincane siyakhona kufohla siyobloka, so ngiko lokubanga ukuthi bese kuba nalokuthi kufuna buya auto service at time and again.
Lo motor sim engage kuma services akhe ngokuthi vele ngumuntu lo was installela le pump. I can say for sure ukuthi le mali lesekugcineni lo 16 kwaba imali leyabhadalelwa le pump ngoba sibona ukuthi uyeda uyayiservice uyasho naye ukuthi le pump yemseyigile and therefore kudinga ukuthi ishintsho kutholakale le.
The school has been advised to work with registered companies instead of individuals in the future. For Eswatini TV News, Timgosi Mavimbela, Parliament.
What What legal action can schools take against parents who do not pay school fees for their children, and when can schools write off these debts? These are questions that were left without specific responses during a Public Accounts Committee sitting on Wednesday. The questions arose when members spoke to an audit query that appeared in the Auditor General's report of Eswatini High School.
In other news from the Public Accounts Committee sitting, Janini High School has been asked about outstanding school fees from 2018. The Public Accounts Committee was taken aback by the head teacher's response.
Auditors aveta ukuthi kufanele ukuthi umntwana ongabhadali imali yesikolo athathelwe illegal action. Mane sisendimeni che ngenhlonipho nje lenkulu ukuthi exactly what sort of legal action should we take? Sithathele umntali lo ngabhadali ngabe siya kamanje noma siya emaphoyiseni noma senza njani nje che.
The committee made their submissions on the issue.
When do they write off the debt yebatali uthishela mangabe bayakwenda lokho ene bakwenda nini ngoba ngendeka ukuthi laba nje kuyohlala kuvela la leti imali leti dinkulu kanti vele phela ngabe seba write off usikwenete.
Ingabe laba iyekela lesikolo kukhona yini lapha abasekhona noma leka education noma leka REO ukuthi laba sebabaleke nemali yesikolo noma nje thishela ujaji uSokolo utawufika la parliament abuthi thina ukuthi utawuya kamanje noma utawuya kuphi
bantwana labenda njani labagcina bahambe abatransfer baye kulesinye isikolo bayoqala kulesinye isikolo noma abantwana vele basuswa nguye teacher useni ngoba ningabhadali sale nihamba la sikolweni
kumele nje lokho nje kwadi ukuthi aye kuphi kamanje noma awu kuyajabhisa manje teacher utakahle kodwa akusho ukuthi bet convincing lempendulo kodwa nje awuloko.
The Ministry of Education and Training also had a take on the matter.
Lokusho singathi advise nje ikolo ukuthi tingesabi should they face ama challenges like singa illegal advice or illegal expect kukhona litiko uhulumende walipha ku legal bangalibhalela litiko litabasida.
For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela, Parliament.
Mbabane is now home to what has been said to be the first outdoor gym in Eswatini, which residents of the city say will help them keep healthy. This gym has been constructed by the Municipal Council of Mbabane at a cost said to be around 200,000 emalangeni. It has been officially opened by Mayor Eswatini Nkambule.
At a time when health experts are advising people to exercise regularly so to stay healthy, the Municipal Council of Mbabane has provided an answer to those who might have been puzzled as to how and where to do this. This is through an outdoor gym worth over 200,000 emalangeni located at the Coronation Park. Mbabane Mayor Eswatini Nkambule says this is the first of its kind in Eswatini and encouraged the young and senior citizens of the city to use the facility.
Senda impilo yetayele ukuthi kufanele ukuthi njalo ekseni umtimba ushukume kuze ukuthi uma senda letinto letingaphandle njoba nibona nje sicela ukuthi masijima sibasekhathe etindlini kodwa ke lokho namhlela kwento eMbabane ngicela kwenta kusinabani nabathola isithuba ngeta endele ngaphandle into emtimba wakhe sibonga kakhulu ukuthi even la kangwane kubeke kuqala ukuthi kube khona ifanele ke eMbabane ngoba phela icapital city.
Senior citizens of the capital city say this will contribute to them living longer and healthier.
Semathi lamalanga sila lenzawo lesolo yagcina ngeKing's Jubilee yasobhuza kuthi nje inakwe ngalendlela manje namuhla sebathi sebayibeka kulesinye standard siyabonga kakhulu thina sibadzala ngoba asivocavoci thina sibadzala sihambe bese sesiphathwa ngemahlala khona waba nemahlala khona lokwe covid kuhamba nawo
lala kunale lusito khona kubuye kudulile kanzi lapha kwamahala sithi council ke ubonile ukuthi ma senior citizens kumele endlule lapha ativocavoca empeleni bantu bedolobha ngitakuthi behlula abantu basemakhaya nale tifot babamba kalula ngoba i long distance abakhona kuyihamba into leti abasita kutaba ngonje ukuthi bendlule lapha bativocavoce lo mtimba ungasheshi ungene natifo kuleti khathi talamuhla.
The gym will be open every day to the public. It also has gym instructors and people to ensure that COVID-19 regulations are followed. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela with Mbongwa Dube Mbabane.
The nominees for this year's Customer Service Excellence Awards have been announced. The announcement was made by Customer Service Excellence Chief Organizer Dr. Oliver Museka in a press briefing held at Thokoza Church Center in Babane.
This year's Customer Service Excellence Awards will be held on the 15th of October at Esibayeni Lodge under the theme, The Power of Service. This year, organizations such as Eswatini Tourism Authority and the Youth Enterprise Revolving Fund have come on board to partner with this initiative. Chief Customer Service Awards organizer Dr. Oliver Museka announces some of the nominees.
We have got the Customer Experience Team of the Year, where we have Swazi Core Medics, Eswatini Water Services Authority, United Holdings, and Lifespan. We then have Customer Service Innovation of the Year, which is where we have Vakasha Eswatini, Instacash, SwaziMed Hospital, and the MTN government payment system.
Chief Executive Officer of the Youth Enterprise Revolving Fund, Begizo Mazia, says those who have given out a good customer service experience need to enjoy the fruits of their efforts.
Young people in their nature are encouraged by awards, by rewards and incentives for their good work. It is for this reason, therefore, that we found it befitting to partner with the Customer Service Excellence Awards.
Eswatini Tourism Authority's Head of Marketing, Siboniso Madlopa, says tourists will always be attracted to any place that shares a sense of warmth.
Good customer experience.
The awards ceremony will be preceded by a series of customer service excellence events, one of which is the Customer Service Week, which will take place from the 4th to the 8th of October. For Eswatini TV News, Hlengiwe Ndlovu in Babane.
And now let's have a look at our financial markets.
Standard Bank. It can be.
A very good evening once again. You are still watching Eswatini TV. Let's have a look at our sports news. Minister for Sports Harris Bulunga is encouraging football supporters to vaccinate for COVID-19 as soon as possible, as this will propel government to allow supporters back in the stadiums when the new season starts. Minister Bulunga was speaking when launching a campaign that seeks to encourage football supporters and all sports fanatics to vaccinate against COVID-19. The launch was held at the Technical Center in Lubamba.
The last football match played in front of spectators was the 2019 Ngonyama Cup finals between Green Mamba and Mbabane Highlanders. Thereafter, fans were banned from entering stadiums due to COVID-19 outbreak. As means to bring back fans in stadium, the Football Association of Eswatini, together with the Ministry of Sports, have kick-started a drive to get football fans vaccinated against COVID-19. The Minister of Sports, Harris Bulunga, says football fanatics should not be scared to take their COVID-19 jabs due to the myths around the vaccine.
As has been stressed by the Minister of Health, Senator Lizinkosi, countless times before, these vaccines are safe and effective. I myself am proof. Since vaccinating, I have been able to maintain my regular exercise routine with no issues. I stand before you here feeling as healthy as ever. We should therefore not be fearful and instead embrace the opportunity that is the other teams have done. By vaccinating players and staff included, these clubs have thrown the gauntlet to the rest of the football family. Now is the time to put one's money where one's mouth is. Indeed, this is the rallying spirit that we need to embrace and adopt as the wider football family.
The Minister of Health, Lizinkosi, says the ministry supports the drive of vaccinating football fanatics. Top players and super fans were part of the initiative. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports, I'm Linda Dlamini, Lobamba.
Eswatini Cycling Association chairperson Mbusi Motsa says the launch of the late Mandla Simelane race was influenced by the fact that Simelane, who is the former president of the association, played a huge role in improving the sport in the country. Motsa said this during the official launch of the Mandla Simelane race, which will be held at Sitegi.
Former Eswatini Cycling Association President Mandla Simelane died last year and left many cyclists heartbroken. The Cycling Association acting chairman Mbusi Motsa elaborates why they have to come up with the Mandla Simelane Memorial Race.
Here today we are launching the Mandla Simelane Memorial Race, which will be held at Stegi on the 5th of December this year. This race here is done to honor the late Mandla Simelane, who was our president since the inception of the Cycling Association of Swaziland, and he covered a lot of ground in popularizing the sport, in administering the sport, and I'm a product of his leadership.
The deceased president of the association was a president from the year 2009 to 2016. And his memorial race is expected to be held on December 5 this year. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports, I'm Linda Dlamini, Manzini.
That's all for now. Before we conclude, let's have a look at our top stories. The Deputy Prime Minister says his ministry will continue to uphold the rights of women and children in the country. The Elections and Boundaries Commission has added the voter service portal on their website for the ease of self-verification. The Minister of Sports, Harris Bulunga, encourages football spectators to vaccinate for COVID-19, which will allow them back into stadiums for the upcoming season. And with that, we sum up our bulletin for the evening. Up next is the weather update from myself and the team here at Eswatini TV. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.